Bayou Thermal Bandits. I had a previous video where I discussed some trap locations and doing some trap sets and kind of what to look for and how to do it. Well, those traps, there were about, I think, 8 of them that I'd put out on about a 70-acre tract of land. And I discovered that when running them one day, one of them was dug up, right? Something had found it, and for whatever reason, got my scent of the trap. Something happened, and the trap was dug up and flipped over. And then uh, I reset it, right? Well, I came back the following day, and that particular trap was dug up again. Not only was it dug up again, 5 more traps were also dug up. So whatever that animal was, I'm assuming a coyote, it dug it up, flipped it over. Once it figured that out, because the first trap, when it dug it up and flipped it out, it was able to get to the bait right behind it, and it ate the bait. Well, it went to 5 other sets, which were set up exactly the same way, and it knew what to do. It dug up the trap, ate the bait, etc. So I decided to pull all those traps out of that area since it caught on to what I was doing. I'm going to think about something else to do in that particular area. And the area that I really wanted to put traps were opened up because deer season ended. And the previous video we showed some shooting videos from that particular area. So went back over there and decided, I wanted to try to see if I could find um, a coyote denning site. And this area is right behind a hunting cabin where people are throwing, the carcasses from animals like from deer during deer season in a particular pit that they dig every year. Then they cover it up. Well, there were trails leading all over out of that thing, and I followed, one of the main trails coming out of it, and then discovered a den very quickly. And I'm going to show you that video in just a second to see what it looks like, because a lot of people don't understand or don't know that coyotes, at least during the denning season, the females and puppies at the minimum will live underground inside of a den, just like a fox or a badger or some animal like that. And a lot of times they take the other burrow that's already there, right? They'll find a burrow that's already there, dig it out, increase the size of the hole, and also the area inside where they're to live. And sometimes others go inside these dens. There are many of these places that have as many as 5 or 6 entrances that you can find into one den. And there's very large ones that have been found too. I think some of them up to 50 feet long. So it's incredible, but most people don't realize that. But a lot of times they just sleep on the ground somewhere. They find a place that's sort of in the sun, but maybe in some tall grass somewhere where they're kind of hidden, and they can escape very quickly into something very thick. And I found that also right next to the opening of this den. And anyway, upon further looking, I found more den sites, and but I'm going to show you just a brief video of one of those, so that you get an idea of what it looks like. And the hole in this video is about 16, 18 inches across. I think maybe 18, might be a little bit more. And you could see the fresh dirt that's pulled out. And I think that's really the quickest way to find them. If you know about where they den, right? If you use something like a hollerback call in the evening, right at dusk, and you hear them holler back from a particular area, it's probably there. If you find some of their trails, and they should all converge on that same particular area, and there you'll find the den site, either the hole in the ground or the place where they're laying on the ground. But especially this time of the year, February, March, April, there's going to be actual burrows in the ground where you're going to find them. And so what I think I'm going to do, is set up a camera on one of these particular sites, a cell camera, so I could see what's going on there, who's coming and going, how many are around the area, and also do some trap sets. Probably not right at the den hole, because I want to see what's happening there first. But in the area where they're using it, there's an area with a bunch of scat and some other things, and well-used trails, maybe a few snares, just to see what's happening, really trying to eradicate them from this particular area. There's just far too many. It's incredible the amount of them. And so as I discover more, we'll give you some updates on that. But I'm kind of excited about this because it's a different aspect to trying to understand the coyote life cycle, and trying to understand how to deal with them when they're problem animals, when they're a nuisance in this way. So because I was wondering why, when I set up a camera on this particular gut pit, for lack of a better word, uh, there were no domestic animals that came in there, no dogs or cats or anything like that, which you would assume would happen because most people, if they let the dog out of the house, they're going to go roll in something dead almost immediately. Well, there's none there. And the reason there's none is because there was a den site, a burrow in the ground there, maybe 30 yards from this particular spot. And I think if any dog went in the area, they would have killed it, at least attacked it. So I don't think it would have been prudent for them to do that. But anyway, I'm going to show you those couple of videos, and then we're going to have some follow-up stuff about what to do about the problem, and maybe what we think of or what we figure out as a solution to deal with this problem, because there's a number of them in this particular area, and I'm going to find them all, mark them on a map, and try to figure out a way to isolate them, to trap them all, or to remove them from the area some sort of way. So check out these videos, guys. All right, guys, these coyotes have been kind of slippery in this area, and I noticed that was calling recently, and I've called several times, and they keep calling back from a particular location. The woods are pretty thick right here, but I'm going to show you what I just found. I've been there looking to try to find the den so that I could set up on that den to try to eliminate them from this particular area. So I can flip this thing around in just a second. So this next video is going to show you what it looks like here. All right, guys, this is entrance to a Coyote Den. You can see it's fairly thick in here, and I noticed it from a way off. I'm going to look around and see how many entrances I could find here. All right, so multiple trails are converging in here near the site I just showed you earlier, and you can see where they've been eating things here, and there's lots of spots in the grass look like they've been laying down, and there's scat everywhere. It's like an area like where they're bringing kills back, or at least parts of the kills back into this region. Just giving you guys an idea of what it looks like, and you can see the trails that they're using. I guess you could see this on the phone, and it's difficult, but and running up through here, and you can see where they're going over, where it's sort of worn out there, and back up inside of there's bones and other things along this trail. Same thing in this direction where they're cutting through. All right, guys, sorry about the problems with the audio there in those videos. I guess sometimes I was covering the microphone with my thumb or something. I am not a cinematographer, so as you can tell. But hopefully we'll get better as we move along here and begin to show you more information about what we're doing here. Also, I think I may end up getting another camera. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that so that you get an actual view of what's going on. But I hope you can tell, you can kind of see what's going on here, and the kinds of things to look for. And we're going to give you more tips and clues in the days ahead. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.